So in this Tosca commander, to do the execution, must we have build server like Tosca server and license activation. If these two are available, then we can trigger our executions to the DEX agent. So this is the distributed agents. I will explain this one as a live team. Don't worry about this. Okay. And these all are the technologies around it will support greater than 30 technology specific adapters, inbuilt adapters available in Tricentis Tosca. You can do any kind of testing using this. Okay. Now the system requirements. So to install Tosca, to practicing on Tosca day-to-day activities, so you can go with the hardware requirements. That is a CPU i5 processor and RAM is 8 GB and hard disk is 10 GB and network speed is 100 Mbps. So these requirements only for Tricentis Tosca team because it will occupy around 30 to 1.5 to 2 GB of space installation part only. After working on, if you're practicing on Tosca, so if you're expecting some good performance from the Tosca, just increase your system requirements here. So this is the project creation team. I will show you in live. So instead of showing here, I'll show live. I have Tosca Commander installed in my system. Let me show. So see, this is the test coverage. If the project manager and project team leads, project management, entire project management requirements we are managing in test automation tool, then we can see how many test cases we covered till now, how many test cases are pending, and how many executions we completed till now, and how many executions. Well, you can see the summary, test coverage specifically related summary here. But don't worry about that. We are not using those things in real time. Okay. This is the PPT. Let me open Tosca Commander. Tosca Commander. You know, in India, a lot of people came like who are working on non-IT sectors, like so any customer service sector, any GIS navigation sector. So majorly they are navigating to Tosca because in Tosca there is no coding, right? It is very easy to them to get some best career in software side. I think it takes some time. Let me open Tosca Commander. Any questions, Steve, up to here?
No.
No, right? So this is the Tosca Commander. So the starting version of Tosca Commander, in starting version, well released to the market. Now the current version of Tosca Commander is 16.0. Okay. But I'm using 14.0. Whatever the version you want, I will install it. Okay. But currently I'm working on only 14.0. See, these all are projects. Are you able to see the projects, right? Recent projects. Yes. So these all are the projects team. How to create these projects? To create this project, go to project option, click on new. See, this is the, here you can mention three terminologies. One is creating of workspace and creating of project and creating of multi-user repository. How many terminologies? Three terminologies. Creating of workspace, creating of project, or creating of multi-user repository. Okay. See, this is Tosca Commander creating of new workspace. So we are creating some workspace for the team members. Okay. While creating some workspace to the team, here we have one option that is select repo type. Repo is nothing but repository. By default, it will select single user repository. Single user is nothing but only one person can access this repository. Okay. Multi-user is nothing but multiple people can access the same project within the time and they will work together. Okay. To create multi-user repository, these all are the database options. SQLite is one database, Oracle, MS SQL Server, and DB2. If you're creating a project to the team members, that is a multi-user workspace. That means everyone can access the same project. Okay. For example, if you are creating your project with the help of MS SQL Server, see team, must you have to give the SQL Server details, database, user ID, and password. Getting? You know, right? SQL Server is the database. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, right. So Oracle also database. So we are creating one project with the help of database. Okay, why we are creating this project like this only? You know, in automation testing or manual testing, and tell me one thing: are you using any Git repositories, Git or Bitbucket repositories to merge the code?
No, we all are working in the manual background, so we won't use that much.
Okay. So Git repository, who are working on the automation part, so to merge the code, who are working on development part, to merge their code to one repository, they will use the Git repository, Bitbuckets like this. But Tosca, there is no repository not required here because we are creating one project within the repository only. So we are taking some help of the database option to create the project. Okay. So after entering the server ID, database, user ID, password, you have to test the connection. If it is connection is valid, then it will show the message in the pop-up window, the connection is valid.
Anusha, you said, do we need to install MS SQL on our system? It's a self-repository.
Not required to install the MS SQL Server, but I'm explaining these categories. So for working on Oracle and MS SQL Server and DB2, must you have to install the database servers. But SQLite not required. As practice purpose, I will give you the SQLite report. Okay.
Okay.
To work on these three categories, so the thing is you have to give the connection string like this. Data source, user ID, password like this. If you select the report type DB2, so you can give the connection like this. Server ID, database, user ID, and password.
Understood.
Okay. So as a practice purpose, you can use the SQLite. SQLite is nothing but multi-user repository. So I'll create one repository for all of you, then start working on that repository only. It is a multi-user activities, right? It seems like real time only. Okay. So I'm creating one project. I am the admin of this project. Tosca weekend batch. See team, this is the name of my project. My project name is the Tosca Weekend. Okay. Here is the workspace template. This template is provided by the Tricentis Tosca to utilize more features instead of scanning the controls. Okay. Click on OK. Now see, it is creating one workspace, new common workspace. This is common for the entire team members. Default folders also created, and it is doing some activities on repository level. After completion of this one, it takes some time to load the project level. This is the creating of project in real time. We are not going to create any projects. So maybe the project manager and team lead will be taking care of that. If we had a situation to create the project, same procedure team. Select the SQLite repository and enter your required database server details and do the exhibitions. So see, I am the admin of the project because I created this project, right? Click on login. No need to enter any password here. Okay. It takes some time to load the project in. So that is what we have specific system requirements to do the practice of Tricentis Tosca. Now see. Okay. Test case phase to design the test case. Modules phase to scan the modules. Everything is depends upon the drag and drop activity. Everything is depends upon the drag and drop activity only. Okay. This requirement section to do the requirements, gather the client requirements and create one requirement sheets and segregate each requirement here. And this is the test planning to do the test planning. And this one is the, let me drag and drop single wise requirement, test planning, issues and configuration. These 4 tabs belongs to the test management tools. Okay. For test automation purpose, you can create the modules, test case designing, execution. Okay. These 4 are used to create the test development. And the last and final one, data integrity testing is there, right? This one is the big data testing. Okay. So as per the test development, test automation purpose, we are working on only modules, test case designing and execution phase. Okay. Now, let me open one application, HDFC Net Banking. Okay. Now tell me the functionality. I want to verify this functionality, log in to the net banking functionality. So do help me on writing of manual test cases, team. What are the test steps can we write here?
First thing we have to log in, select the Chrome or browser.
Exactly. First launch the browser, then
after that URL, what site we are going to
yes,
enter that, like HDFC.
pass.
After that, yeah, customer ID and the net banking. We have to click the net banking. After that, we have to give customer ID.
Let me write
password.
Net banking.
Yeah, the button. Then
So you have to verify the net banking homepage, right?
Correct.
Okay. Verify net banking homepage. Next. One second. Verify.
After that, we have to
next
customer ID.
Enter.
Customer ID. Continue.
Customer ID. Do click operation on.
Yeah, click on continue.
Continue button. This is the manual test cases, right? Exactly. So you have to implement these all the test steps in Tosca level, because I will tell you only one thing. Automation testing is nothing but manual is nothing but directly you are interacting to the application. It is a manual testing. Coming to automation testing, with the help of automation tools, we are interacting to the application. So here human is there. Human is providing some guidelines to the Tosca automation. Any automation tool, you can take any automation tool. Then this automation tool is interact to the application. That's it. This is nothing but automation testing. Clear? This automation tool is acting as mediator between the test engineer and application. So in manual testing, there is no restrictions team. Directly based on requirement, directly you will connect to the application. But automation testing, if you receive the requirement from the manual team, so in automation level, you will receive requirement from the manual department only. Okay, like this. So what are the, like this. Once you receive the requirement, just go through the requirement and understand the functionality. After understanding the functionality, you have to say to Tosca, these all the test steps sequentially. Okay, you have to mention each and every test step in Tosca automation level. Then after completion of your test development, so this Tosca do the execution in as application under test. So it will apply all the test steps what we have mentioned in the Tosca level. It will do the execution on application level instead of human interacting application directly. So we are interacting to the application with the help of automation tool. That is nothing but automation testing. Okay. So now see here, to launch the browser, we need browser category. To pass the URL, must